Okay there friends, here we go for our second fun fold for the month of November 2024. This one is an over-the-top fun fold. It has a flip top, so this one goes up and then this one opens. So it's not difficult, it's just got a couple extra pieces. Okay, so again this time I'm going to be using the Splendid Autumn DSP. I've got two different pieces this time. The back of this one coordinates nicely with that, or you could go with the blue. So, but whatever paper you're using, remember your DSP packets will have coordinating papers and colors. I'm going to do that. I'm using Wild Wheat as my base again, just for a bright contrast, and then I've got my neutral at being white. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So the card itself is just a standard card, so 8.5 by 5.5. So we'll start with that. And then the other piece we need is 5.5 by 3 3/4, so we'll be fine. Okay, so 8.5 by 5.5, go here, turn it and score it in the middle at 4 1/4. Okay, and then the other top flap is 5.5, so we have 5.5 by 3 1/4. 3 1/4, and of course you could make it skinnier if you wanted to. 3 1/4, and that one gets scored at 1/2. So at 1/2 score. Okay, so that's going to be our little flap. Now we need to do our DSP sections. The front section, I am using this wheat field, and it needs to be 3 by 4 3/4. So 3 is just half of it. So that's 3. Then I want some of that blue sky, I think. Let me think. Alright, do I want the bottom where it's going to be all wheat? Or do I want some of that blue sky? I think I want some of the blue sky, but not all of it. So I need 4 3/4. So this would be 4 3/4 from the top. I'm going to, well, no I can't. 4 3/4. That's just where I have to go. 4 3/4. I'm just going to cut some of that off anyways. Alright, so I've got a little bit of blue. Oh no I didn't, I took it off. Oh well, that's the way it goes sometimes. Alright. Now, the next piece is 4 by 5 1/4, which is a standard stepped in card. 4 by 5 1/4. And I am using the back side of the paper as my coordinating color. So on my card, this one's going to go here. This one's going to come down, and then this one's going to go on the front. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm wondering if I do want more of that blue to show. Just a little blue, just to give it a little pop. I should be able to cut that in the middle. I'm going to try again. Alright, so 4 3/4 with a little blue on the top. So if I say, this is what I did 4 3/4, but if I slide it down, here's my cut line. I'm going to slide it a little bit more. So I'm going to have a little bit of blue on this one. And then I can turn it around and shorten it to my 4 3/4. Let's see which one I like better. I think I like some of that blue with the tree in the background. Yeah, I do. I like that better. So, whichever way you choose to cut it, it's totally up to you. It's your card, but I like some of that bright blue in there. Alright, so now, you know, I was going to use ribbon, but I might even use paper ribbon. You could always do that too, because that's going to coordinate with that piece. Alright, we need one more piece cut. It's for our liner, and again, it's going to be 4 by 5 1/4. And if you wanted to use some of this lighter paper background, you could use that inside too, but I'm just going to use white. So I'm going to go 4, and then turn it and go 5 1/4. Okay, so there are all our pieces for the primary card. So let's go ahead and put it together. Let's see, DSP, DSP, liner, and then our two sections. Okay, so with your directions, it says first after you cut everything, right, you're going to go ahead and score where we creased. So we got a 1/2 inch crease there, and then this one should be at 4 1/4, which just makes our card a standard card. No problem. All right. Now, you can put the piece on the front here, and then that'll be out of the way. So let's get that added. Uh-oh. A little bit of dry glue in there. Let's just get that out of there. Alright, let's try again. There we go. A little glue on the back of our DSP. So there's that. Alright, now we're not going to put the center liner in yet. We have to put this flap, the top flap, in next. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll put the other piece on. Alright, so we're going to open this up. Now, you have a 1/2 inch flap. Okay? You're going to put adhesive here, and then you're going to position it at the top of your card, and then this is going to fold in, and this is going to fold over the top. Okay? So that's how you want to do it. Now, you can do what I just said, or you can fold it over the top. Okay? Put your adhesive on here, and if you want to use tear and tape or sticky strip instead of liquid adhesive, totally your choice. I'm using liquid adhesive, and then you can just close your card down. So there's 2 methods there, right? You could put the adhesive on, line it up with the top of your folder and press, and then fold it over the top. Sometimes when I do that though, I find that I have to re-crease this, so that's one little trick. I put it in, I folded it closed, then I opened it up. Uh-oh. No, I opened it up, that was right. I was like, why is that stuck? It's supposed to be stuck. Alright, so open, open, right? And then now that's going to be hidden behind our liner. Okay, it's also going to help reinforce it. So that's another reason to put a liner in a card with a flap. And tuck those flaps behind the liners. Now if you want to make that bigger than a 1/2 inch, you certainly can do that. I think 1/2 inch is probably fine. You know, if you're giving it to a child, right, and they're going to really be manhandling it, you might want to go a little bit longer on that flap you tuck in. But for the most part, I think a 1/2 inch is probably going to be fine. Alright, you know, I might even use... No, maybe not. Okay, let's go back to our card. So here's the inside, here's this piece, the front down, and now we just put this on the front for our focal image. It's an easy way to put together a fun card using your DSP, coordinating the colors, with a little bit of fun action with the folds. Alright, now it doesn't look like I'm quite center, and I can't really fix that now, so when you put that piece on, make sure you're really centered. See, I'm a little off to the side. It's handmade. It's made with love. I'm not going to worry about it. But that is one thing to pay attention to. Okay, so now let's go ahead and finish this project off with some stamping. So I've got cherry cobbler again. I've also got a wild wheat ribbon. I think I'm just going to make a bunny ear bow. So before I even cut it off, I'm making 2 hoops. Right, my bunny ears. I cross them. I pull it through the center. As long as my fingers cooperate, I pull it through the center. There we go. Then I can kind of work it before I even cut it off. Sometimes I do this if I'm like testing if I want a certain bow on a card. Okay, and then I can bring my 2 tails down, cut them together so they should be relatively even. There we go. Relatively even. Okay, so now I've got a fun little bow I'm going to add to my card. Now, I've also got my Something Fancy stamp set again, and I've done some die cutting. I've got a mid-sized circle and a small little banner. I'm going to make this birthday card, so I'm going to use the Skinny Happy Birthday, and I love this one. It's been very popular this year on cards I've been sending. I didn't forget your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration. I thought that was cute. Alright. So, happy birthday is going to go on the banner, and then the other one's going to go on the circle. There's that. There's that. Close up my ink. I don't get it where I don't want it. Alright, so now I'm going to put this one here, behind that, as a little, you know, surprise, happy birthday. Sorry, I forgot. I'll put that one right there. This might even be fun with this solid background if you had a large die cut, right, of either flowers or something, an image you like. You could put that over behind the sentiment. That would be a fun added embellishment to the project. I've got this, and I've got my happy birthday. I'm going to put it like that, I think. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to pop up that sentiment on dimensionals. And then I'll put the bow on with a glue dot. Usually one glue dot will do it. Like that. And there we go. Alright guys, so there's our second fun fold project for November. So when you watch the video, leave me a comment. Let me know you stopped in and watched my demonstration. And then always shoot me photos and email of what you're making out of your own fun fold templates. I'd love to see what you're making with your own supplies. Alright, so until next month, when we have 2 more fun folds, do some fun stamping. Thanks everybody. Bye.